All right, let's take a look at this. We're going to be building a dovetail. And in this dovetail, you have an inside part and an outside part. This slides back and forth. This dovetail is going to be built at a 60-degree angle. So let's get into this. I'm going to go, template is going to be English Standard IPT, and I'm going to create it. I'm going to create my sketch on my front view. I'm going to start off at the origin, and I'm going to draw a line. Now I'm going to keep in mind my dimensions that when I'm drawing. This leg's going to be 0.75, and I'm going to bring this up here, and the angle is going to be close to 60, but my length is going to be also close to 0.75. I'm going to bring it across here. I'm going to bring this back down, making sure that's close to a 60 degree, making sure this is a 0.75 leg. I'm going to come up 1.5 inches, coming back over and down. Now I'm going to start adding some dimensions to this. I'm going to take out this dimension right here and this dimension right here. Now I'm going to kind of start redimensioning everything. From my origin here, I want a height of 0.75. I want this dovetail opening from here to here at 2.5. Need 60 degrees on these. And when I make this, I'm going to reference this 60 degrees. This dimension up here, I want 4. Now, I need to make this centered up on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dimension from right here and I'm going to place it. I am going to reference this dimension minus this dimension, and I'm going to divide it by 2, so it would give me a remainder here as well as over here. So four minus 2.5 quotations divided by 2, and I'm going to check that. So now if I would take a dimension from here to here, it's exactly the same. If I put it here, it's going to give me a warning. Okay, so this part is done. I'm going to finish sketch, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude this face, and I'm going to reverse it so it goes away from me, and it's just 1 inch, and that's totally fine. Now I need 2 drawings of this. I'm going to create a new sketch, standard IPT, create. This is going to be part 3. Part 2 is right here. Before I start this, I'm going to create a sketch right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a hidden line, or a construction line, I'm sorry, and I'm just going to come in here and draw this profile out. What I'm going to do now is I could use a couple different things here. I could use some constraints. If I wanted to do a constraint from here to here, it would make it parallel, so I do like that choice. So they are parallel, so I don't even have to put my 60 degrees in here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a dimension from here to here, and I want this dimension 0.01 here. I want this one 0.01 here, and then I want this one to be 0.01 as well. Okay, this line here, we are going to run constraint from line to line. Now, everything is done. What I do want to do is I want to add some dimensions, and it's going to over constraint this, and that's going to be fine. The reason why is because I'm going to build this in a separate file. So, dimension here to here, and accept any warning you get. And I'm going to dimension this one, and I'm going to accept that. Okay, so those are the two I need because I know this is at a 60-degree angle here in my height. So now I'm going to jump over to part 3, and I'm going to write these numbers down. 2.477 for my short leg on the bottom, and 0.74 for my height. I'm going to say finish sketch, jump over to my part 3, sketch on my front face. So I'm going to start at my origin. I know my short leg needs to be 2.477. It's going to go out at a 60-degree angle. Back here, then here, here. I'm going to get my height here. I might want to put my degrees of angles in first. 60. This one's going to be 60 as well. And my height, 0.74. Okay, finish sketch. Extrude, 1 inch is going to be fine. I'm going to save this as Dovetail inside. Two. This one, I'm going to save it as Dovetail outside 2. Now, I'm going to open up an assembly file, English Standard IMA, create. I am going to place my 2 objects inside, holding my cursor down, my control key down, open both, place, right mouse button click and say OK. This one I'm going to lock down, so I'm going to right mouse button click, grounded. Then I'm going to apply a constraint. I'm going to go on this face, rotating it around to this face with a 10,000ths clearance on that or an offset. Then what I'm going to do is cancel out of this for a minute. I'm going to pull this, get this out of the way. Another constraint, this face, rotate this around this face, apply a 10,000ths clearance, 0.01, apply. And with those 2 constraints, this should be able, F6, I'm going to take it, and it does move back and forth. I do want to look at this face here, look at face, and I'm going to zoom in. I have clearance here, clearance here, and clearance here. So that is how you make a simple dovetail by referencing your first drawing with construction lines, putting it into an assembly, checking all of your clearance parts. Everything looks right. You're ready to go.